What's going on, YouTube and y'all? Squad? This is your boy Yakin Season. This is your review for The Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 14, Episode 1. Really quickly, a couple of announcements. Announcement number 1. So to correct what I said previously, which it actually is fitting for me to say it here, is I did say that the Whether You Like It or Not panel was going to come back Monday, tomorrow, for 2 weeks, and then transition to Tuesday when Basketball Wives comes out. But we're actually coming back on Tuesdays to just make it simpler for everybody. So you can catch us on Tuesday night on Scotty by Nature TV's channel. I believe the time is going to be 8:30 Central. But again, he already has the video ready for you all. So if you guys just go to his page, you will see it. And what is so funny is I'm doing my review now, and Terrence just uploaded his review. I just got the notification on my watch. I gotta watch Terrence. But anyway, you can catch us there. Also, y'all know typically I've been doing my reviews like the very next day or whatever. But announcement number 2. I was doing some day drinking, so drunk me decided to take a nap. I didn't know we were taking it out, and then I woke up and it's like, it's dark outside. So yeah, I went to watch the show. Y'all know I like to drink. I am the drunk of the panel. It is okay. Y'all know y'all love me. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this review. But before I do, announcement number 3, I do want to say this. I know a lot of people might be upset. Y'all know that Drew Sidora is a Chi-Town native. I believe she's South Side. I'm West Side, so yeah. But given what she's giving, I hate to tell you all, I'm not that invested in her storyline because it pretty much seems like a continuation of last season, even though it's like we never got a resolution and they dropped it towards the end, so we don't know what happened with that. So with all of that being said, anything that involves Ralph and cheating, I am more than likely not going to fully cover. And it seems like next episode is going to be centered around that, which means that my review for next Sunday is going to be kind of short. But anyway, let's go. So we got Kenya. She is in her Dancing with the Stars practice. She's currently in LA, if I'm not mistaken, at the moment. Candy shows up. Actually, Candy and Marlo. Marlo, shows up. And then we get our formal introduction to Marlo, and then the producers are like, "Yeah, we kind of sort of know who you are." I thought that was funny. I thought that was fucking hilarious. So Marlo talks about her edges and how she got some edges now, which is a good thing. I wonder if she used Kenya Moore hair care. And the funny thing is, I'm going to bring this up later in the episode because you are not supposed to give somebody else some shine when you doing your own thug thistle. Even if you're friends, it's all about you. But nevertheless, keeping it going. She was dating somebody and doesn't know what he did. Like she was dating somebody, did not know what he did for a living. The women are kind of looking at her like, well, hell, we didn't know what you did for a living. They knew, but they didn't know. And let me see. And then she's going to have a showroom gala event for her Lay Archive. Which, again, like, hey, get your money up, do what you got to do. So, here for it. Then enter Sheree. We find out that Tyrone is home. One thing that I will say that I really didn't like, and I really need for Atlanta to stop doing this and the producers to stop allowing the women to leak certain things, or not even leak, but allow things to be put out there, because we know that he didn't really shoot with her for the majority, and there was, I think, a gag order or whatever to where nothing could be brought up because he almost was rearrested dealing with Sheree. So I don't know what all we're going to get from her. But she says she visits him twice a month, so twice a month visits. And we see that Kenya is being nice to Sheree, even though she wasn't nice to her the last season that she was on. Was it warranted? No. But then when she pulled the hat trick of bringing, Grandmaster Zodiac on, yeah, I just chalked it up to the game. So we'll see what Sheree gives, but I'm not letting that go. Kenya is not fully divorced, but she went on a family vacation. Now, Kenya, I'm going to let you know, I'm going to give your ass the same treatment that I'm going to give Drew. If your storyline this season is gonna be you and with, I'm gonna quote, even though since I already giving you the real tea, aka Terrence, a shout out, how he calls Markeisha, was it Markeisha Everlasting? Markeisha. If your storyline is gonna be Markeisha, I ain't doing it. I'm not. I'm not. So I'm a smooth ease on by your storyline. It's like I'm a ease on by Drew. So hopefully you give me more. Now, if you're gonna be sitting here, instigating and whatnot, I'm here for that. Always here for that. Candy says she's tired, so she ain't giving Ty, that Uchi Wally Wally, Uchi Bang Bang. Y'all let me know if y'all remember that song. That I don't know why that song has really been on my spirit lately. I don't know why. We gonna continue on with it. It's don't judge me. I'm a little bit ratchet, damn it. So we get Marlo, and we get just a little bit more into her. So she does. So we know that she's a mom T, which is a mom slash an auntie. Her sister, if I'm not mistaken, has been incarcerated for a handful of years. She's had the kids for 3 years. Their names are Mike and William. And this is nice that we're going to get some of Marlo. And look, I appreciate the fact where it's just like, I'm not going to give you all of my real life unless y'all give me a piece. They were eating off paper plates, and I know people go ride there for that. Look, y'all, I'm gonna say this. I'm a single guy. I have dishes too, but I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with y'all. A lot of the times I eat off paper plate, and that's only because I hate doing dishes. And my apartment that I live in is old. It's old. So we ain't got no dishwasher in here. So I don't like doing dishes, so I sometimes do the paper plate thing. So I wasn't mad about that, but I was just like, oh, I know somebody gonna sit here and ragtag. But hey, just throwing it out there. She said the kids went from eating at McDonald's to wearing Yeezys. Baby girl, you did that. You did that. So if they got expensive taste, that is your fault. Um, Let me see. Oh, one thing I did want to say is with the show intro. So not necessarily the intro, because I wrote show intros here. Not necessarily the intro to the season, but you know how before the women have their scenes, you'll see them do a little, sway, whatever. Some of them still have those old leading intros before their scene happens. So I don't know if we're going to get the updated stuff or if it was just the promo pics. I don't know, but I just want to throw that out there because now we get to Drew. So Drew is working now, and then we meet Sonia. So she's met Sonia through a hairstylist. I guess I can see that because of course, they can't just say, "Hey, here's a new person to the show," and they're just randomly thrown in here. They have to be introduced to somebody. So okay, Sonya is introduced through Drew. And Drew has a fitness thing called Drop In with Drew, which is cool. So she is, working on, losing more weight. I'll get to that momentarily. But she's working with that. That is a business venture. There's going to be some meal prep and all this other stuff. And she's working out with Sonya. Now, Sonya's body is all the way together. And I'm going to just leave it at that. So, Sonya is a 4-time, gold medalist. They bring up, I believe, a bronze medal. She's like, we don't talk about that. I'm like, you better you better tell the producer, Sonya. Sonya was low. He said, you go put some respect about that. We're not bringing up nothing other than the gold. I appreciate it. I'm here for it. We find out that she's worked out with Sheree, which I really do feel that Sheree needs to stay in that venture because again, like Sheree pretty much is put together and she does work out. Like I don't know why she ain't doing I got it, joggers, but you should be doing some workout stuff. But nevertheless, we're gonna stop giving Sheree advice. Drew is still dealing with Tampa. We don't care. We really don't care because again, how are you dealing with Tampa? We stopped talking about Tampa towards the end of the season, and now you're still anyway. And Ralph is writing a stepdaddy book. And we found out about an assistant and some massage work, and I don't care. If y'all want details on that, find something. Now, don't go to Simply Sakita. That's my sister. Don't go to Simply Sakita because I think Simply Sakita is going to give Drew way less than what I'm giving. Don't go to her, but go to somebody else. Don't go to her. We get Kenya, and she's, with her dance partner, cooking food and whatnot. Now, this is a digital invite that Marlo has sent to all the ladies, but again, we're just focusing on that. I'm trying to figure out why is this man in your house, can y'all? Anyway, And she brings a little computer and digital invite and whatnot. And of course, Kenya had to be the one to shade the invite, like, okay, this could have been done differently. But she's inviting them to her archive event. So we're getting this thing rolling and whatnot. Now we get Sonia with her husband Ross. She's been in Atlanta for 2 years. Her mom and her dad are there. Um, she says that now she is purely Jamaican, and they've moved to the States when she was 12 years old. And I do like this because, again, you know, African descendants of slavery, we come in all different hues and shades, different dialects, and everything else. So it is very, very nice to not only have somebody who has Jamaican roots, but you can hear it because, and one thing that you will realize is, you know, people who have this duality in them, where when they're with their family, you hear the natural, dialect. I don't think I'm saying the word. Again, I'm coming off of being, day drinking and whatnot. So if I ain't saying nothing right, just chalk it to that. Blame drunk me, not sober me. But you hear that, which is a good thing. But when she's around the ladies, she speaks, more or less very non-Jamaican, some code switching going there, but I can appreciate it to where it's nothing fake about her. It's just when she's around other people, they're like, we all present ourselves a certain way around other people when we're at home with our family and whatnot. Like me, I'm pretty sure y'all can hear different, tones and whatnot that come out of me. And again, I'm a complex personality. I'm crazy as fuck. And there are times where y'all can truly hear the Chicago come out of me. It's not often. Well, maybe it is. It doesn't matter. But y'all get to hear all the different pieces that are in here. But when I'm around my family and whatnot, oh yeah, I'm full blown Chi-Town. Full blown west side of Chicago, baby. So I can appreciate that. Anyway, we find out that Ross, her husband, wants a girl, to complement the son that they have. And, she says to her parents, this almost broke us, which is sad. And I do understand what marriage is and whatnot. But I'm going to say this, and this is the hill that I'm willing to die on. Even though marriage is a two-way street, women, this is your body. And it's sad that for the most part, most women, not all, but a lot of women, the whole birthing process sometimes is a life or death situation, and you're putting your body through a whole lot to sit here and give something to somebody else. I'm gonna just leave it at that because I don't want to give Ross too much, so I'm gonna just leave it at that. Now we get Drew. She's doing some meal prep. Sonia and Candy come over, so she has a chef with her doing the meal prep and whatnot. So they're gonna, well, I guess the chef is gonna be putting it together and then send it out to people who want to do the whole drop with Drew thing. And she wanted Sonya there because she's fit, and she wanted Candy there because Candy have the business and whatnot. Okay, cool, whatever. Sonya and Candy, we find out that they shared a stylist, so that's how they know each other. So I do at least like the fact that they're making it easy for us to understand that, okay, even though Sonya's being brought in by Drew, she does have ties to the other women, so that's pretty good. Drew, we find out, had a hysterectomy, and in the process decided to do like a little mommy makeover since they were already going in, kind of help her out a little bit. And she said that she lost 25 pounds in 3 weeks. Anyway, I believe that where it's at. And then we bring up the whole Ralph and the assistant and the text message. All I'm going to say is this. I don't believe this is true, because if it was true, we would have seen the text messages on screen. So again, I'm not doing this. Now we're at the Marlo event. The women have questions like, what's going on here? Why are there no models, this, that, and third? And I'm going to say this, though I may be adding extra, I think the reason because there were mannequins modeling the wear, but no models. And I think the reason is Marlo's a narcissist. Marlo does not want to be, outdid by people, and then also having models there that adds to the cost, because she said she dropped 40K. So to have physical models there modeling all of that stuff, that is more adding to the price point. Now I do think that is part of it, but I also feel that Marlo is a narcissist and she doesn't want to be outdone. I gotta pause right quick because I have a prop in the front. Hold on, wait. Okay, I had to go grab my props. Y'all know every now and again I'm gonna give you a prop. So anyway, So Marlo, so the event was supposed to start at 7. At this particular point, Marlo is an hour and a half late. Kenya shows up post elimination from Dancing with the Stars. So I do applaud her for that. And again, they have to shoot a scene. That's all of this is. She has to shoot a scene. I know I tend to do a whole lot of, behind the scenes of what is really going on. So that's really what's going on. But she's there, and and she showed up to do her job. But I think she was also a little bit salty too. And they even wondered what her mental state was going to be. So I forget who said it, but no, I think it was Kenya. So there's hors d'oeuvres, there's drinks, but there's no food, meaning like nothing of sustenance, which is which for an event like this I can somewhat understand. But I'm also going to say this, like I was always brought up that when you go to an event or to somebody's house or whatever, like just pick a holiday, right? I'm so used to my mother cooking a full ass dinner at the house, and we eat before we leave because you don't know what is or what won't be there. So at least if there's not a whole lot, you already ate before you got there. So I'm surprised she didn't eat before she got there. But again, it's Kenya. Y'all know Kenya shady. Kenya here to do a job. We find out there's an open bar, which I'm just like, okay, Marlo, open bar. Okay, do that. And then Drew pulls Kenya to the side and she wants a clean slate. Yeah, you want a clean slate because Portia isn't there. I told you, look, I'm not here for Drew. I'm really not. I'm really not. And again, I really hate to be going in on her because again, I try to stick with my Chi-Town people. I just can't stick with her. So Marlo walks in at 9:30. So the event started at 7. She now walks in 9:30. And Candy is talking about the fact like, look, I'm 5'3". Marlo is 6'10". I'm like, Candy, you was not right for that. But that shit was funny. I'm like, all right, Candy, come through with a little bit of shade and whatnot. So Drew wants to know if she could, like rent like the fashion and whatnot. And then Marlo was like, when was your last gig? Now again, that was tongue in cheek, but that was a read if there was ever a read. I'm like, all right. So they giving us something, which I can appreciate. Even though it seemed like this episode went by really, really fast, and that's given the fact that we pretty much know the majority of the women, we only introduced to one. And I like the fast pace because the fast pace is reminding me of Jersey, where it's like we're not gonna spend a whole lot of time. Because y'all remember season 13, they spent a lot of time on stuff they didn't need to. So it seems like we're gonna get the meat and potatoes of a lot of stuff, which I appreciate. Again, I already said Marlo spent 40K. So Sheree said, okay, so Sheree talked about Marlo's wardrobe change and the whole church candies. Oh, y'all can hear y'all see it? These. Oh gosh darn it. Y'all okay, I think y'all can see it right there. The church candies. I have some in the front. I have a candy I have like 2 candy bowls in my front, and I do have some of the y'all really okay, whatever. I got the damn church candies though, but she was like, that's what she looked like. I'm like, ooh, you shady. Um, so and this was the wardrobe change. So Marlo came in and one thing, the wardrobe change came back. Sonya and Sheree tells Marlo what the other women said. And Marlo's like, okay, well, Kenya needs to pressure wash her house, this, that, and the third. That's very married to medicine. And then, she brings up Kenya's hair care. How her last event, Kenya did this, and now here Kenya is with some other stuff. But here's the thing, you should have never said that, even in your confessional. Because you're redirecting attention, because if we're going to be all the way 1,000, we found out over no, not the summer, in the past couple of months during the wintertime, that Kenya's hair care products are now in CVS. You're not helping your case. You never shout. Now, if she wanted to shout her out like that, do it in a different scene, but not in something that is connected to your event. Not a good move. Marlo confronts Kenya, and Kenya pretty much tells her all of us had something to say. It wasn't just me. And, Candy even said, like, yeah, we all had something to say. Okay. Drew comments, and Marlo says to her, she didn't expect her to understand. I'm just like, ooh, what, ooh, ah. And I'm looking at Drew just like, hey, you gonna let her come at your neck like that? So she made a joke at you not having no previous gigs, and now she literally just, all right, Drew, see, you're messing up. Sonya lets them know that she was the one that, even though it was her and Sheree, but she says, I'm the one that spilled the tea. So, and Kenya's just like, is this a bone collector in training? I'm like, well, possibly. But hey, if this is what Sonya needs to do, perfectly fine. And even though Sonya is going to give us what was already given in previous seasons, I just like the flair that we're going to get from it, and it being of a different perspective, just rather than being an African American and being a Jamaican American woman giving us this. So I'm here for it. Let me see. So you have Marlo talking about reading, and King's like, baby, you can't read. And Marlo's like, yes, but I go for the jugular, which we've all said that, like, Marlo can't read, but she would go for the jugular. But I'm not mad at that. Like, sometimes you got to say what you got to say to get somebody up off you. And then, baby, which when I believe it was Key that said it should go from being lay archive to lay bay. They about fell out. That shit was hilarious. And we find out because Candy was saying the questions that I had were legit questions, like how does it work? And we find out that 25% of what the actual outfit is worth is what she's paid daily, and whoever rents it can keep it a max of 7 days. And that's it. So that was pretty much the first episode. It was pretty good. You know, like I said, I ain't mad. Y'all got over 20 minutes of me just sitting here running my mouth. So yeah. So catch us on Scotty by Nature Channel TV. Scotty by Catch us on Scotty Channel on Tuesday. Now, look, I told y'all, I'm still, and this is weird to be like late of the night / hunger. Y'all know what it is. Anyway, catch us over there. I'm gonna see y'all then. Thank y'all for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Peace out.